have to do really, and we've talked about, is look at what the FDIC has done, how they've allowed all the poison in our food that's on the shelves, and how they use different words to change what the word sugar is.
Welcome to the ongoing fight. And boys are getting thicker. Good news is we're running into a lot of people that can see right through the bullshit. And you see them here. Obviously, with my display out there, I attract people who know what's going on. You can see through the illusions. You can see through the control and refuse to be fooled. And always saying that there is never enough of us. There's not. Because there's a lot of people that know the truth, but they still go along with the illusion. You may be one of them. And I probably hear your excuses for going along with the illusion. Oh, I gotta get to the job. I don't want to make any waves. I don't want to upset anybody. You're making excuses. Step out of it. The mask is where we draw the line. Because right now, it's fairly easy to beat them. Just stop wearing the mask. Just don't do it. Someone challenges you to wear it, challenge back. Ask them if they have a medical degree. Ask them under what authority they have to go ahead and force you to stop breathing. You're not forcing them to wear a mask, so why should they force you to wear one? You're not telling them not to wear a mask. That's their choice. It's your choice. Stop wearing the mask. Stop making excuses. Because after this comes the vaccine. This is the battle. We're in it. Are you going to fight it? You're going to cower. Gentleman here knows what's going on. It's a good way to start out the day, having a conversation like this. You know what you do. If you like it, you like it. If you care, share. If you can contribute. BadAssUnlceSam.com. Hit the shop button. Just throw money at me if you want to do that with a donation. It's all going to the fight, baby. So, if you can't be on the front lines, keep me out there. Okay. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you on the other side.
So you believe this is all a drill, don't you?
Yeah. And you?
I do. Before anything ever happened.
Yeah.
Before they even started doing it.
In the World Bank, records have shown, the World Bank issued money to be released for COVID-19 tests in 2018. Who didn't even name it COVID-19 till 2020? So how did the World Bank know that we were going to need tests for COVID-19 in 2018?
Well, didn't also the CDC predict a big pandemic also in, I think, in 2017 or 18?
You ever heard of anything called lockstep?
No, I know the game of function. Game of function. I don't know what lockstep is.
Yeah. You're still ahead of the game if you know that. 10 years ago, the Rockefeller Foundation had a conference called Scenarios for the Future Technological and International Development. And in there was one of the scenarios was called lockstep. And lockstep says a virus will be released. Oh, really? Who's going to release it? Upon the world. It will create a panic to get the nations and the people to lock down their economies. So we can destroy their economies and then come in with a digital world currency to initiate the New World Order.
No cash. Cash will be gone.
Cashless society. Who was at that conference? Bill Gates Sr., Ted Turner, George Soros, and Dr. Fauci.
George Soros is the devil himself.
Amen to that. Yeah, you know, the fact that he started out collaborating with the Nazis, and that doesn't seem to bother people, you know. Where are you guys from?
We're not original, but we live in Mississippi. We're both.
And originally?
I'm Lebanese originally. She's Colombian.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, it's people that immigrate here that seem to know more about history and politics than the people that live here.
Yeah.
You know, because you've had experience, one, with a repression and how repression can work and different forms of governments, and you know, you've seen it firsthand. Americans, we've grown up too soft, and we're become complacent.
Well, what surprises me is that nobody is really paying attention to the destruction that's taking place. And in Mississippi, I really don't feel it as much because we're primarily Republicans.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we have a high volume as well of Democrats, but our leaders are Republicans. So yeah, it's
there were actually.
What do you see what's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen next year? I'm assuming really Trump's going to win, but let's assume he does win. What do you see is going to happen? Is it going to change? Is he going to make?
There's going to be changes because that's inevitable. I mean, that no matter what happens, change happens. But what I can see, I kind of disagree in what you said in the sense that people are not waking up. I think this has pushed the envelope a lot, where people are going to start to see, wait a second, is this a bridge too far? They've gone too far in this. So I do see an awakening. I see even people that were former Democrats, liberals, that are going, no, something wrong here.
Well, that's where the QM has started.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's a movement going on, but I'm talking average Americans here.
And
we
even
just go to work and we have TV and we have our food and we have our beer and we're all okay.
But there was even an article read this morning where there's a huge surge in Latino and Black support for Trump.
Yeah.
So, there's an awakening. I'm talking to people that have told me I've been a lifelong Democrat, no more because of, bring up whatever egregious thing that these guys are going into, because they're going into insanity realm. The masks alone are insanity. I mean, we know, if you just scratch the surface and do a little research, you can find out that these masks do more harm than good. They don't block anything but your oxygen, which you need.
Well, I had a discussion with a good friend of mine who is a therapist, and we're talking about how the coronavirus is 0.01 something.
Yeah.
And even our HEPA vacuum cleaners could not stop it. It goes right through it. So my question to him was, and he said it sticks to moisture. And I said, let me ask you, you're wearing this all day long. What do you think is creating? It's creating moisture.
Hey, it's an
and the
incubator.
holes are large for the virus to go in. So what is it really going to do? It's going to actually stick more than it would be if it were dry.
Thank you.
But I mean, I still feel ignorant about a lot of things that I don't understand.
Well,
and I'm just wondering, well, next year, when I say change, are they going to fight this and stop it?
Well, if they are, then we fight back. Because it's getting to the point that we cannot count on a corrupt government. We cannot count on a corrupt government to do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
We need to, like I'm telling you right now, I'm got this megaphone, I'm telling people, hey, look, take those damn masks off.
You're walking in the sunlight.
Right. If we all take the mask off, they ain't got enough of these little wannabe Nazis to arrest us or to harass us. And if you see them harassing somebody wearing a mask, harass them. I mean, the only way we stop this is we stop this. We cannot count on a corrupt government to do it. So if indeed, let's say Trump wins, which I can't see why he wouldn't, and the left goes nuts.
It's going to.
Good. We go nuts back on them.
We're going to, yeah.
We go nuts back on them full force. End of story. I mean, we got to stand up and do this. We got to, approach our sheriffs and say, you're going to back us. If you're going to back us, we'll take you out. This is the way it is. We are the citizens. The government, the old saying, right? When people fear the government, you got tyranny. When the government fears the people, you got freedom. So we got to make the government fear us again. We can't walk around in this fear with these masks on and go, you must wear the mask. Screw you. Who are you to tell me I got to block my immune system by wearing this mask? Who are you to tell me I got to wear an incubator on my mouth that's going to cause gum disease, lung disease, and heart disease? Who are you?
Well, people have been dying from the flu for over 60 years, and we haven't been able to control it. I don't know how.
Look, in 1954, the Asian flu killed over 100,000 people here. That was when the population of this country was half.
Half what we have now.
We didn't shut down. The Hong Kong flu in 68, 69 killed 100,000. We didn't shut down.
Well, all you have to do really, and we've talked about, is look at what the FDIC has done, how they've allowed all the poison in our food that's on the shelves, and how they use different words to change what the word sugar is. They use different, I don't remember what it is, but so if this is going on for so long, so the destruction that we're seeing now was really started a long time ago.
If I could put it in a nutshell for you, comes down to this.
Yeah.
They don't need us anymore. Population reduction.
Yeah. That goes to Bill Gates, all the way back to Bill Gates.
Yeah. I mean, if anything Yang was saying when he was running, he's saying, AI, artificial intelligence, robotics is going to put a lot of people. I was talking to a professor out here from Harvard, economics, one day. I said, what is AI robotic technology going to do to the people walking these streets in 10 years? He said, well, about 50% of them will be out of work. I said, what are we going to do with all these out-of-work people?
You've got to get rid of them.
He said, without missing a beat, he said, in the past, we've killed you. Henry Kissinger called us the useless future food eaters. So this is everything about the food, the poison in the food, the sugars, the fluoride in the water, the wearing the masks, these fake pandemics, the real pandemic. All of this is about killing us. That's all it is. They need to get rid of us.
But Bill Gates Sr. stated that.
Yes.
Stated it. It wasn't in the hiding.
I know. They don't hide any of this.
That's what I'm saying. Where are we? What's
because, what you see, one of the things they do is they're demonic. And they have to say these things because they figure if they let it out, it gives them power. They tell us what they're going to do, but then they don't blast it over their, news networks because, that'd be too much.
Yeah.
but they let it out, and it's for us to discover. And then it's for us to do something about it. And if we don't, then well, shame on us.
Well, you know, I've told my friends for a long time that they've talked every president besides, I think, Carter, Kennedy, and Trump, and maybe even Reagan, about the one world order.
Yes.
You see, and that's where we're headed.
Yes.
That's how I see all that.
Yes.
Listen, thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. I bless you for being awake. Glad to see it. Here's a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton. It's good for any crime in the world. God bless.
It's nice, the people I meet out there. If you have the courage to step out, you're going to meet them too. And then you won't be so afraid anymore. It's amazing. It's amazing the strength that God can give you. Just use it. Be part of humanity. Again, thanks for stopping by. You pray for me out there, will you? I'm going to pray for you out there. I'll see you on the streets.